The wireless business was growing. In 1990, there were 3 or 4 million cell telephone users, wireless telephone users. And there was no iPhone, there were no smartphones, but you could sort of see, you could sort of feel inside that this wireless business might get real big. And then along the way came the smartphone, the iPhone. And we put a lot of chips out on the table with Steve Jobs to get the first iPhone. And it just kept growing, and you needed these nationwide networks. You needed this size to compete and offer your customers the right kind of service. So we just kept going.
Can you talk about getting the iPhone and how important that was for AT&T, and what was it like to do business with Steve Jobs?
Steve Jobs had come up with this new smartphone, wasn't called that at the time, and he was very secretive about it. He carried the only model in his coat pocket right here. And we had to meet in New York apartments, and he would pull it out. Stan Sigmund ran our wireless business, and he relayed to me that he met Steve Jobs in a hotel right here in New York, and it was like he had the atomic secret in this pocket. And he pulled it out and showed it to him, and Stan said, well, I was impressed with the look of the iPhone, but what was exciting was the applications you could do with it. It would do more than just make a phone call. You could play games, you could get on the internet, you could do that sort of thing. And so we went back and forth for a few months, and we finally settled for a 5-year exclusive deal at AT&T. This thing was expensive too. Mr. Jobs was very proud of his phone. We had to buy that from him and then resell it to our customers. We talked about the potential for applications. There weren't any in those days, but you could do it. The possibility to do it was there. It was very expensive. We finally looked at each other, and Stan said, Ed, what do you think? And I said, I think we ought to give it a shot. Let's push our chips out on the table. It was very expensive. We were fortunate we made that decision. I think all of us know where the iPhone's gone now, and it's worked out pretty well for us.
Yeah. Did Steve ever pit you directly against Verizon? Was he, I mean, there was you and Verizon at that point, and was he talking to Verizon? Did you know?
Never knew for sure. He was very closed-mouthed about that. Was he or was he not? I don't really know. Didn't really matter. We looked at this thing and said, this could be a great leap forward. It's risky. It's expensive. But we're the ones that wound up with it for a period of time.